Actor-observer bias is a psychological tendency where people explain their own behaviour differently from how they explain the behaviour of others. When someone else makes a mistake, they are more likely to blame the person's character or personality. However, when they make the same mistake, they blame external factors like the situation or circumstances. This bias occurs because people have more knowledge about their own experiences and the challenges they face, while they can only observe others from an outside perspective. Actor-observer bias affects how people judge others in everyday interactions, often leading to misunderstandings and unfair assumptions. Now let's look at some causes of actor-observer bias. One main cause is the difference in perspective. People see their own lives from the inside and are aware of the reasons behind their actions, but they view others from the outside without knowing their full situation. Another cause is cognitive effort. Blaming external factors for one's own mistakes is easier than critically analysing personal flaws. Additionally, self-protection plays a role, as people may shift blame to avoid feeling responsible for negative outcomes. Social and cultural influences also contribute, shaping how people assign blame based on societal expectations. Now let's look at some effects of actor-observer bias. One major effect is miscommunication in relationships. If one person assumes another's actions are due to personality flaws rather than circumstances, it can lead to unnecessary conflict. Another effect is unfair judgment, where people criticize others harshly while excusing their own behavior. In workplaces, actor-observer bias can reduce teamwork, as employees may blame co-workers for failures while excusing their own mistakes. This bias can also affect decision-making, leading people to misinterpret the reasons behind others' actions and respond in ways that are unhelpful or unfair. Now let's look at some examples of actor-observer bias in everyday life. A student who fails a test may blame the difficulty of the questions, while assuming that a classmate who failed did not study enough. In traffic, a driver who runs a red light may justify it by saying they were in a hurry. But if they see another driver do the same, they may assume that person is reckless. In a workplace setting, an employee might miss a deadline due to unexpected issues, but believe a co-worker who misses a deadline is simply lazy. These examples show how actor-observer bias influences how people judge themselves versus others. There are several ways to reduce actor-observer bias and improve fairness in judgment. One solution is practicing perspective taking, where people try to understand the situation from another person's point of view before making assumptions. Another solution is increasing self-awareness by recognizing when they are excusing their own mistakes, but blaming others for similar actions. Encouraging open communication can also help, as discussing reasons behind behaviors can reduce misunderstandings. Finally, developing empathy allows people to consider external factors affecting others rather than assuming their actions are entirely based on personality.